Alrighty guys, let's continue. Now before I start, I need everyone's eyes on me, and then hands on your head if you're listening, hands on your nose, hands on your ears, and can you cross your legs just like Logan, ready to listen. Just like James as well, and Samantha, perfect. Okay, today we are going to be decoding some words. Now this is the wrong slide. We're going to be decoding some words. Now we're doing it with Barry, your favourite. And as we know, when Barry says a sound, you repeat it after him, then we'll say the whole word. So, and you can press it with his nose. W, I, Z, whiz, like you whizzed the store. F, I, X, fix. James, do you fix things? Your toys? Sometimes. W, E, T, like when you jump out of the pool, all wet. H, A, T. Has anybody built a hut before? Or know what a hut is? Yes? Yeah, exactly. It's when you put sticks in like this and you create a little hut for yourself. Mum. Like my mum's name is Brenda. Like James runs very, very fast. Now we've seen this one before, and it's a little bit tricky. Can anybody tell me what this sound makes? Yes? Exactly right, qu, because it's not k, it's qu, because they're together. So can everybody say qu? Good job. So we're going to go qu, I, k. Quick. Great job. Just like you run quickly. Very good, guys. Now, I haven't been able to get you guys in the past with this, but we're going to do speed sounds. You're usually the best, but let's see if I can get you this time. Are you ready? W, D. Now, this is a D because the circle's in the front of the line. If the line's on this side, you make a line with your mouth and go B. But the circle's here, so we go D. So can anybody tell me what this is? Exactly right, B, because the line is first, so you make a line with your mouth. I, E, something's very yummy. G, J, P, R. You guys are too good at this. K. Eyes on me, please. Thank you very much. F. Z. This is like you're all asleep. Z. Alright, great job, guys. Now, your favourite, we're going to do the hide and seek. So if we move to over here, we're going to do the hard word hide and seek. So I'm going to choose the person who's sitting the nicest, the person who's sitting with their legs crossed, ready to learn. Just like Logan, he might go first. Now, as we know, we are going to come up and we're going to read the heart words. If you get it right, you can remove it and see if a jellyfish is behind. And if you get the jellyfish, you get the point. So let's see who gets it. Who's going to go first? James, you're sitting very nicely. Do you want to come up? All right, which one do you want to choose, babe? This one? Okay. So this one makes a, because it's not to her, what sound do they make together? Exactly right. So it's the. Perfect, great job. And do you want to remove that? See if there's a jellyfish. Whoa, there is! You get to rub him out. Alright, who's going to go next? I need another volunteer to find the next one. So there's 2 more left. We know there's 3 out of 6. James, you're talking a little bit, maybe not you. Samantha, you can come up. Okay, what are we thinking? Oh, straight away, she. Because it's not s, is it? What sound do these 2 make together? Sh, a sh, exactly right. She. Is there another one? 2 for 2. What's going on? Oh, it's got to go down here. All right, thank you very much. Now I need a few more volunteers because we're going to.
Hi, my name is Alex Wilkinson, and today I will justify my lesson plan by showing how it aligns with theory, research, and evidence-based practice in early literacy instruction. So why I chose this lesson overall is because it was really easy to map explicit instructional design onto my lesson by graduating support towards independent practice. So in the introduction, we looked at the phonemic awareness and the segmenting and blending. And those activities are more modelled activities with teacher guidance, which you involve students in. And then I progressed students towards the body of the lesson, which was the reading rotations, where students had independent opportunities to display the strategies that they've learned in multimodal contexts. And that had 3 different stations, which we'll discuss soon. I think my lesson was also structured by Scarborough's reading rope, because it showed a really evident balance of word recognition and language comprehension. The word recognition in the introduction and the language comprehension in the decodable books. And the simple view of reading really was evident in my lesson with the decoding and comprehension, as kind of previously discussed. Okay, so the introduction, I used the Little Learners Love Literacy program, and it was really good to use a pre-structured and preset program, because I was able to map my students onto a stage, which was stage 4, and it gives you a set of tools, expectations, and resources to support your students in their phonemic awareness, which was the segmenting and blending with the Barry Talks activity, and that was, for context, that was in the video where I used the bear, and you use the choral segmenting activity where you say a sound and the students repeat it, and then you say the sound together. So that was a phonemic awareness. The orthographic mapping was seen in the speed sounds, where you link symbols to sounds and you quickly rattle them off, and so you get that orthographic mapping, development. And then the synthetic phonics approach was seen in the blending activity, and that was kind of seen throughout the entire introduction, but more so catered towards the blending. And that moved me on to the paired reading in the introduction. And this is where you saw my first instance of differentiation in the classroom, because students like George and Logan, in this context, who are neurodivergent students, they were given extra scaffolding, like one-on-one prompts, and repeated exposure to high-frequency words. And this allows them to stay engaged in the class and have a feeling that they can accomplish the task. And mapping, I guess, resources towards their abilities. Meanwhile, advanced students were extended to digraphs and vowel graphemes to ensure a challenge. And this was seen with the QU sounds, like the qu sounds and the th sounds, those sort of words that would read to each other that students like George and Logan would struggle with. But this way, all students are able to engage in the lesson, and that can be a difficult thing in the classroom. And George and Logan were on a tiered support system with one-on-one prompts and high-frequency words, and that was the tier 3 of the multi-tiered system. So moving on to the main body of the lesson. So there was 3 stations. One was the teacher group with me, and we first play the snatch and grab game, where you read CVC words and then you snatch the other students' cards, if you read the card. And then you move on to that's for the decoding part of the simple view of reading, and then you move on to the decodable books, which kind of compensates for the language comprehension, because you expand your vocabulary, and you take turns reading pages and listening. The second group was doing writing repetitions, and that reinforces decoding using a multisensory approach to support deep processing. So students would, in this instance, it was the letter K. So students would write the letter K, they would draw a picture to depict something that's happening, like kicking, and then that kind of forced repetition creates that deep learning approach. And the third group was on the iPads using a application called Nessie, and this was where they can use the strategies that they've learnt in class, so the initial introduction, and then map them onto the iPad activities. And they love this one because it's iPads, but yeah, it really helps with comprehension and stuff. And yeah.